Now we delve into the heart of Nigeria's commitment to its women and children. Joining us is Hajiya Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, the Minister of Women Affairs, who's been at the forefront of initiatives aimed at empowering women, protecting children and strengthening families across the nation. From launching the Nigeria for Women project to advocating for a bullying-free generation, the ministry has been active. But with challenges like gender-based violence, maternal health crises, and the need for greater women's representation in politics, the journey is far from over. Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Hajiya Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Thank you for having me.
Reflecting on your tenure since last year, what would you highlight as the ministry's most significant achievements to date?
First of all, I would like to, commend, applaud, appreciate His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the prioritization and political will demonstrated around women's issues, children, family, and the vulnerable. I would say that our main achievement is the strategic alignment of the ministry. In the past, the ministry has totally focused on just grassroots women, not just women in general. But if you look at our recent activities, we're trying to activate every component of the mandate of this ministry in line with the Maputo protocols and other guidelines and frameworks that support the establishment of this ministry 30 years ago. We fully activated the family cohesion programs. That is where everything starts from. So as a government, we put family at the center of our national development. We're rolling out a lot of programs that supports the family unit and strengthens that component of the society. We're also focusing on child's protection issues and child's development. We do have the National Child Policy of 2008, which is long overdue for a review. We do also have the Child Rights Act of 2003. Congratulations to Nigeria and to the states, because it's been domesticated across all the 36 states and FCT. And that is, worthy of applause. But it's not just about implementation. We need to domesticate this act. We need to also allocate resources towards implementation. So the needle is moving, and we're taking the steps in the right direction. And I must say that also in the areas of collaboration and working as a bloc, that also is paramount, because the government can't do it alone. When you speak about the people that we serve, it's a lot of numbers, about 200 million of our population, and hence the need for whole of society, whole of system, whole of government approach. Thank you. And
you're overseeing what they call the most vulnerable of the population. Let's talk about the Nigeria for Women project. It aims to reach about 4.5 million women nationwide. Give us an update on its progress and impact so far.
Okay, so there was a piloting phase with 6 states, 1 state in each geopolitical zone, and it was a success. So hence, that informed the upscale of this project that is targeted to reach 4.5 million people in Nigeria. The upscale is alive and it's running. We have so many states already subscribing, and other states, pushing to meet up with all the requirements so that they can also subscribe to the Nigerian for Women project. The launch is going to happen anytime from now in the next couple of weeks, and then we look forward to working with states to ensure that we achieve all the intentions behind the implementation of this project. But it's exciting because it empowers women economically, and it also helps to address all the 6 dimensions of poverty. And through this project, we're trying to also address issues like social norms, SGBV, access to markets, access to capital, and so on and so forth.
Just yesterday, Hajiya, you emphasized building a bullying-free generation. Are there specific programs in your ministry implementing or that is being implemented to address this issue?
Bullying is a form of abuse. And like I told you, we're strengthening protocols of protection, not just for women or for families, but also for children. Because bullying is not just a form of abuse, but it also results to loss of lives in many cases. There's a campaign that Mr. President has launched. They see something, say something, and will do something. In the past, there's stigma behind all this, forms of abuse. People can't speak up, and when they speak up, sometimes nothing is being done about it. But we've reaffirmed our commitment to ensuring that when something is being seen and said, collectively we'll do something. I would like to also, take a whole of society approach to this. The law enforcement or the justice system can't do it alone. It's also a whole of society approach. We all must be alive to our responsibilities. From the family unit to our communities, we must be able to also cultivate and nurture, children, from the home that would not align to practices along the lines of bullying and, all forms of intimidation or abuse on our peers. So
interestingly,
the weight is on everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely. Interestingly, today is World Menstrual Health Day, highlighting the importance of menstrual equity. What concrete steps has your ministry taken to ensure that no Nigerian girl is held behind in this regard? We've had conversations in the past where stakeholders have advocated that menstrual pads should be free, not condoms.
Okay, so beyond advocacy, beyond rolling out programs, beyond, any other campaign, I think the ultimate goal is for free menstrual kits, free menstrual, products for women, because nobody wants to pay when they're menstruating. I think from the ministry, we've made so much progress. Just today, we've unveiled the manuals on, the facilitator manuals on menstrual hygiene. As a ministry, we'll be rolling out the National Action Plan with the National Policy on Menstrual Health. And also working with partners, there's advocacy efforts that is ongoing. We'll partner with UNICEF, WaterAid, NYSC, SKDL, many other partners, Promise Corps, to be more creative, because it's very important that as a nation we decide which way we go. There's a policy that's of zero taxes on Nigerian-made sanitary towels, but most of our sanitary towels are being imported. We're not producing enough, and we have a lot of women. So we have to see it as an economic opportunity for the private sector. We have to address this issue intentionally and very strategically, so that there's actually zero period poverty for our women, because women in the grassroots are struggling when it comes to their menstrual hygiene or when it comes to their menstrual cycles, and we don't want it to be a burden. We want people to menstruate with pride.
Walk us through the specifics. Is there a timeline? Are you saying that women in Nigeria are going to get these pads for free?
That's the goal. There's no timeline, because it's an effort that is ongoing, and it's an effort that we commit to achieving. I know that with Mr. President's commitment to equity and to justice and his commitment towards the women's agenda, I know that anything is possible. So we're very optimistic.
I'm hoping that we're going to continue this conversation, especially as we look forward to what happens in the second half of this administration. But quickly before we go, the establishment of a dedicated department for nutrition was recently announced. How does this initiative aim to improve maternal and child health outcomes?
There's a multi-sectoral approach to addressing maternal health issues and nutrition. So there's almost about 5 ministries, and also with the Office of the Vice President chairing the Committee on Nutrition. So it's a concerted effort, and we're working as a bloc to ensure that we address issues of nutrition. It's a fundamental problem for the government. And from our family cohesion program as well, we have a component to address nutrition. We're in the process of setting up the ministry with the support of technical partners to ensure that we're complementing other existing nutrition departments in other ministries and in other MDAs. And also we have the 774 Nutrition Program, which is a flagship program from the Office of under the chairmanship of the Office of the Vice President. So efforts are in place to ensure that we address issues around nutrition for our families, for the vulnerable group, and also for the children.
maybe subsequently when we're able to pull you from your busy schedule, we'll talk about, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the very poor woman representation that we have in politics and what you consider to be the most efficient strategy to help Nigeria in that regard, especially with other African countries being able to reach that 50% ratio. But we have to go now. Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you so much for having me.